My initial thoughts is that it looks good, especially visually.
The graphics is very, very good. I mean, for a pre-alpha, the details is much better than, for example, Assetto Corsa. I mean, they are 10 years apart. It's also a little bit better than Assetto Corsa Competizione.
In terms of graphical fidelity, it's really good. The cars drove really well. The tracks were fantastically executed.
I think the track has quite different from the Assetto Corsa and Assetto Corsa Competizione.
The graphics, they were awesome. The day-night transition was really good. The track looked good. The reflection were good. Basically, all in all, it was optically very good. After playing the new Assetto Corsa, I feel like the physics are great. Like, I feel everything in the car. It's way better than Assetto Corsa Competizione, in my opinion. Sometimes I think it might have been a bit too hard to catch a car on the limit, maybe.
I think the handling still needs a bit of work to do.
So my first thoughts were basically that the sound design is maybe a bit flat, I think. It sounds okay, but it's maybe a bit flat.
Overall, the physics are great. There were some stutters in the game, but that's just pre-alpha, I think.
Because it's in the alpha, actually, it has some really laggy. So when you're going on the straight like Imola, there are lots of lags, but maybe they will fix that problem in the future. And I think it will be a really great game.
It had stutters and some bugs, rendering bugs and everything, but I mean, it's a pre-alpha, so...
Besides the issues with the pop-ups and the screen tearing and a little bit about performance, there isn't really much to dislike at the moment.
I have the feeling it's going to be a very, very heavy game because that computer has an i9 14th gen and a 4080, and there were a lot of hiccups while playing. Think that either they can optimize the game to run a little bit smoother. I really have the feeling it's going to be a little bit heavy to run.
The car felt okay to drive, but not like in a simulation sense, more like in an arcadey way. So I couldn't really tell how the car was feeling right now. Could also be due to the wheelbase being a bit not too strong. Like the newton meters were not high enough for me to tell any minute details.
They completely babied us and they set the force feedback to be like 2 Newton meters max. So I didn't get the chance to test the force feedback.
I think that it was quite slippery. I didn't have a lot of feeling when I drove it.
Something I didn't like was the rain and how tough it is to drive in it.
Oversteers, I can't feel it really. Like it snaps. I don't really feel it when it oversteers. I only feel it when it's too late.
The rain can be better in the future.
The force feedback is more like ACC. The Porsche Cup is really good to drive. It's a good car. It has a good grip.
It has the best things of Assetto Corsa with the best things of Assetto Corsa Competizione.
The only thing I did not like about it was the Moza pedals because they were very soft, but the game was, nothing really to worry about.
It is exactly what it is in the name. It's kind of like Assetto Corsa, but it's also an evolution. It is quite similar though. On top of that, there's a lot of new functions. It's got free roam. There's probably going to be like customizability and all sorts of stuff. So it's kind of going to be kind of like a mix of like simulating and like open world, which is super cool.
I would actually buy the game just to drive in the Nordschleife and on the streets around it. I mean, if you get free roaming opportunities, then I would drive with traffic and then just go race there in the track.
They promised a lot, like a game where you have a career and you go to place on an open circuit and all of that. But it's one thing to promise, it's another thing to actually deliver. I liked how it drives, but I'm not gonna get too hyped because, you know, it can fall flat on its face.
You know, I was looking at some of the trees with the limited time I had. It looked nice. The tree check. Rain looked really cool. Reflections off the ground. It's a lot on the first impressions, I get, but like, you know, someone was pulling into the pits or going by them and just seeing how the wet ground was reflecting the light. It's just nice, you know?
What am I most looking forward to? Probably the competitive racing.
I think it's definitely worthy of the hype if we get the possibility to mod again.
A ton of mods. I hope so. In the future will be a lot of mods.
Optimize everything also for mods, and it is also possible to transfer all the mods from the old game to the new one. Because in the end, when you drive such a general racing game, I mean, it's a simulator already, yes, but people want the mods.
So maybe if it goes into a bit of a simulation direction and it tries to combine maybe a few LMP cars, maybe a few GT3 cars, street cars also. So if they combine that in a useful, like nice way, that would make me very happy.
I really want to have a Formula car in Assetto Corsa Evo actually.
I'm excited. I'm very excited to try it properly with a competent setup, if that makes sense.
But overall, it was very good. For a pre-alpha version, it was very good.
I like it. In all respects, it's a great update.
There's quite a lot of improvement about Assetto Corsa Evo.
But you know, as an early alpha, early thing, it is absolutely fantastic.